Hello everybody, welcome on my channel. Today I will present you my last purchase, a unicycle. Last year I rode my one wheel around 75 hours, and this year in January I purchased this electric unicycle, and since then, since January, I've been riding this unicycle for 30 hours. I know it because I always wear my Apple Watch, so I measure time, beats per minute, calories. And by the way, you see this railing. This is here that I began training with this unicycle in January. It was a bridge over the highway, and the railing, as you could see, is quite high, so it was very convenient for starting with this unicycle. I could hold onto the railing very easily, and I needed around 3 hours, not in one day, over several days, 3 or 4 hours, to be able to ride the unicycle like now. But I needed a few more hours to really master the trajectory, the turns, the bumps, the holes. Yeah, it was a matter of hours. As with the one wheel, I remember it was a matter of a dozen of minutes before I could go. So the learning curve is different, but once you have acquired the skills, it's much more, the unicycle is much more agile than the one wheel. Here is the railing, very convenient. If you start with a unicycle, you need a railing to hold on for the first hours. I couldn't tell you how I turn. I do it instinctively, and I think that's the best way to turn and to learn the unicycle. Yeah, use your instinct, because riding a unicycle is actually quite natural. The stand-up position is very natural for us humans, and I must tell you, the sensations I have with this unicycle remember me about the sensations I had when I used to ski. Yeah, these are the same sensation like skiing. Okay, now I will go on the street in the traffic. Yes, I've been doing that after 20 hours of riding this unicycle, because I think now for me riding the unicycle is like riding a bike. I feel as secure as on a bike. So yes, I ride this unicycle in the traffic, as you can see. This unicycle is the InMotion V9 model, and it was really the best one for me. It's a beginner unicycle. It's called the Commuter. It is ideal for riding it in the city, on the roads. It's not a unicycle for off-roading, but in 2025 and still at the beginning of 2026, by the way, we are the 5th of April 2026, and it is Sunday Eastern, and at this time this unicycle is the cheapest and lightest unicycle with a suspension. It has an air pressure suspension, and yeah, it was the cheapest and lightest 23 kilograms unicycle with a suspension. Small unicycles don't have suspension, but this one has one, and I can tell you the suspension makes the ride very smooth, very pleasant. Ooh, very pleasant, and it is very useful to hop on curbs, to roll over speed bumps. Okay, now we have an incline. Let's see how the unicycle behaves. Well, I know it because it's not the first time I ride the unicycle on this incline, and as you see, no problem at all. Yeah, the suspension is very useful to jump over speed bumps and even how do you call them, curbs. Yeah. Okay, now it's not the flattest road, and you see the unicycle behaves very well. Another advantage of this unicycle is that it has a smart battery management system. yeah, and the tubeless wheel. Yeah, it was a speed bump, and you see, no issue, no problem, and I would say thanks to the suspension. The price was around 1,300 euros. Yeah. When you think that there are another speed bump, when you think that there are unicycles, electric unicycles, that cost more than 5,000, yeah, it's a cheap unicycle. These expensive unicycles, they have a lot of torque, and they can go at very high speeds, more than 100 miles per hour, much more than 100 kilometers per hour. Mine, this one, I would not ride it at a higher speed than 30 kilometers, because it is a lightweight unicycle. Yeah, if you go too fast, theoretically it can go 45 kilometers per hour, but I never exceed 30 kilometers per hour. This might be the speed I have right now, because if you ride it too fast, you can have wobbles, and wobbles are dangerous. The wobbles is when the wheel goes from left to right like this, and it's a bit dangerous. These are called speed wobbles. I'm going to the sports center. Here it is on the coast of the sea, of the lake of Geneva. I have a horn, a klaxon, you see, wireless control, very useful when there are people. Yeah, I'm not interested in speed. I like to chill along the lake, and that's it. Okay, we have arrived at the sports center. Yeah. See you later.